Hi guys, my name is Emma. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, first of all, we are filming on my phone because I'm not sure, kind of trying to play around with like the white balance on my other like camera. I just couldn't quite get the quality that I wanted. So I'm actually wondering if my phone camera is going to be better quality and if I'm going to also prefer editing on it than on my computer, which takes up a lot of my laptop space. And we're just trying something out. We're seeing if it works. You'll have to let me know what you think. But for today's video, I have my little makeup bag here, and we are going to do an almost full face of my current holy grails in makeup. I am wearing all of them on my face right now. Every single product that I have in here is on my face. I really like how my makeup turned out because I know it's what's gonna work on me and my skin. So the only products that I don't have for a holy grail at this moment are going to be a pressed powder. I'm still on the hunt for like my favorite one of those. An eyeshadow primer, same thing. I feel like I haven't tried enough eyeshadow primers to really have an opinion. Usually what I do is just like see when I run out of eyeshadow primer, I'm like, what's the trending one? I'll try this, whatever. But I really should put more thought into my eyeshadow primer so my eyeshadow lasts longer. It's my favorite part of I'm rambling. And I also don't have a mascara. I'm obviously wearing some, but I just haven't found the one that's really like, oh my god, this is everything to me. Hopefully I will one day. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started, and I'm going to go over these in order. My first favorite is very amusing because I used to really not like this, and this is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I did not like it because I was not, like, realistically, I was not letting my primers dry before I would put on my foundation, my other base makeup. So, you know, when I would put this on, not wait for it to dry and immediately go in foundation, my foundation would just stick to the still, like, extremely tacky wet spots on my makeup, and I could not get it to blend. And I was like, why do people like this so much? And it was just user error. So this is really good, but it is really expensive, and I know I am so late to the game. I want to try the e.l.f., the one in the squeezy tube. It's their dupe for this, basically. I just can't, the name is escaping me right now. It's viral. Everyone knows what it is. People are probably watching this going, how do you not remember the name of it? I really want to try that because, again, this is really expensive, but it is really good. I kind of want to try the niacinamide version of the e.l.f. primer. I'm unsure. I'm just unsure. I'm weary. I think I want to try the e.l.f. one, or the original e.l.f. sticky primer first, and then try the other one, the niacinamide one. So I do recommend this. I would just honestly, even though it goes out quick, it's just too much money, but it does hold my makeup in place. It does not go anywhere. It's extremely reliable, so that's why this is a favorite. This one's kind of controversial, but my next favorite is the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation. I specifically wear shade 2N. I know that a lot of people don't like this because I believe it has, I think it's mica that it has in it, those little glitters. I know people with oily skin really aren't a fan of this either. I mean, for that reason, you know? But I just think it makes my skin look really nice. I think it makes my skin look skin-like without being too heavy. I think it looks very natural, and it has like somewhere between a medium to full coverage, like not quite full, but like it has a little bit more than like a medium coverage foundation. It's just so good. It's also really expensive, which is kind of frustrating, but I personally, within my makeup routine, if there is going to be a place where I'm going to splurge on my makeup, it's going to be my base makeup. Mainly because I find when my base makeup isn't working for me, it throws off the rest of my makeup game. So, ooh. It's just so good. It makes me happy. It looks like my skin. It gives me a nice finish. It's not full coverage and thick, but it has more coverage than a medium coverage. And honestly, if there's any extra places that this won't cover, then like a little bit of concealer is fine. So it's just good. It's just good. I'm sorry, it works for me. I don't know what to tell you. It's also a controversial favorite. This is the KVD Beauty Lightweight Full Coverage Concealer in Light 105. I believe this was supposed to go with their Good Apple Balm foundation, which I hated. I hated that foundation. I ended up I used it like 2 to 3 times and I was like, I cannot get this to work for me. Whatever primer or powder or concealer I used or whatever, maybe some people might say you're not supposed to use anything with it, but it was just, I'm just like, this is too much of a learning curve for what I know I like to do with my makeup, and I just hated it. But this concealer, I love it. It blends seamlessly. It blends quickly. It has incredible coverage. I love the doe foot on it. I don't know if I'll be able to show you because I'm not used to filming on my phone and which camera or which lens is the right one, but like this like angled doe foot is just so good for applying, and it's small too, so it's really good for applying concealer where I want to apply it. It's not thick. In my opinion, it is not that thick. I think that was the complaint a lot of people had, is that it was too thick. But for me, it is full coverage, the right texture, the right blendability, and it just really works for my skin, honestly. And the right finish for me as well, so sorry again. My next favorite is a contour product. This is the Westman Atelier Face Trace Contour Stick in Biscuit. The one complaint I have about this is that it's expensive for how much product you get, which is not that much. As you can see, it's really not that much. But it is the perfect contour shade for my skin tone. Like, it gives me like the right shadow, I guess, that I would want for my contour. I contour the tip of my nose, the sides of my nose, my jaw, and my cheekbones, obviously. And I just feel like it is just the perfect shade for me. It blends like a dream. It blends with whatever, brush, sponge. It's unfortunately so expensive, but it just is just like a dream come true when it comes to contour. You know, I've tried other contour creams like that, they're just either too stiff or they're just a little too warm, but this one is just checks all the boxes for me, minus the affordability one. But it's really good. I really do recommend it. So next is blush, and this is going to be redundant, but it's the Rare Beauty. I believe these are called the Soft Pinch blushes, and this is in the shade Encourage, and this is just a beautiful, cool toned mauve that really works on my skin tone, and it's going to last me forever. I mean, I don't really have to say too much about the formula and blendability and lastability of these, because everyone and their mother knows how incredible these are. And you know, the doe foot. Here's a better look at the color, in case you're curious. It goes with any makeup look that I want to do. It's cool toned, which we all know is my favorite thing in the whole world. This blush is just so good. Just the tone is perfect. We all know the formula is perfect. And I shouldn't spend too much time here because we've been new. Like, we've been new. Rare Beauty is that girl. Selena Gomez is that girl. So, yes, she's perfect and I love her. So after my cream products, this is when I usually do my loose powder, which is again the Rare Beauty Setting Powder in Light. This stuff is just so, it gives me such an airbrushed finish, and really, like, I really feel set. You know, like some powders, the only way that you feel like it's really set down is that it's like sitting on top of your concealer and your foundation. You feel set, but it's so heavy. And then some that are like, you know, they're light and they're airbrushed, but you're like, is it gonna stay? And this one really does that for me. It really makes my makeup last, and it really, like I said, gives me that airbrushed finish under my eyes and really helps with creasing. I have natural creases under my eyes that no matter what powder, concealer, primer, whatever I wear, it's just gonna crease, because the creases are there even when I'm not wearing makeup. They're just gonna exist. It's usually why I blow out my eyeshadow so much under my lower lash line, is to kind of cover those up. But this really minimizes them as much as possible, along with the concealer. Like, the concealer plus this is beautiful, excuse me, for my under eyes. And the way I use this is I take one of the like powder puffs, one of the black Amazon ones, tap it off the excess on my hand, and I will set under my eyes with it, my chin, my upper lip with my smile lines, my nose, and my forehead. And because that's where I find my makeup starts breaking up the most, you know, where I kind of get oily in my T-zone, and this just really helps with that. It's really set, really holds my makeup in place, and it's just perfect. It's just beautiful. It's just wonderful. The next product is once again Rare Beauty. Rare Beauty just kills it. She is Selena Gomez just puts out incredible products. And I remember, you know, when celebrity brands really were first being a thing, and she came shortly after Fenty, if I want to say. People were so impressed by Fenty, wonderful brand, that I feel like Selena Gomez got caught up in that, like, so many like celebrities are releasing brands and people were annoyed by it, but then she just really like proved herself with these incredible products. But this is the Rare Beauty highlighter in Enlighten. They're so soft that I shouldn't have done that. I'm wearing a bandeau, so don't worry. It's just perfect. It is blinding, and I will forever live in that 2016 world of blinding highlight stripe on the cheek. I'm sorry, I just always will. And the tip of my nose will always be blinding. It's just the makeup that I like. Some people might think it looks dumb. It makes me happy to put a highlighter on like that, especially the tip of my nose. But this is everything. This is everything, and a little goes a long way, obviously. You know, if you're someone who doesn't like super blinding highlighter, this may not be for you. Or you could just take the tiniest, like, tap your brush in once, put it on, you got that nice glow, and you're good, and it'll last you for the entirety of your life. But this is just, I always want to reach for this. I have to like force myself to use other highlighters in my collection that I like, but this one is just, I always go back to it, and I always will. Moving on to eyebrows. This might be a little soon. This might be a little soon to say this, but I'm pretty confident. This is the ColourPop brow pencil in Ash Brown. If you follow me on TikTok, my @ is below in the description. I have been on the hunt, or I tried to start a series where I'm hunting for the best brow pencil. I've gotten a couple recommendations that I still might try in that series, but the first thing I tried was this ColourPop brow pencil, and it's just incredible. You know, my top favorite before this was the NYX Fluff and Fill in Espresso, but the color of it was still just a little too light for me. And I love the like really malleable formula, but because the tip of that eyebrow pencil, if you're not familiar, is like a triangle, sometimes, you know, when you go to blend it out, if you're a person like me who typically doesn't do their eyebrows before their foundation, it can get kind of messy and like screw some stuff up. You know, while I do really like that brow pencil and I really still do recommend it, I wanted something that was just a little bit easier to work with and a little bit of a cooler tone, because I know like brunette hair has like a red undertone. I explain all this in my TikTok, but in case you're just like, I don't feel like going to watch it, it's fine. But I still feel like I have a lot of cooler tones in my hair, and I feel like brands, especially drugstore brands, who don't tend to put out a lot of, well, there's a lot of super really high-end brands don't put out a lot of shade ranges either, but like that don't have a ton of eyebrow, like a lot of shades within their eyebrow products, tend to make their browns really, really warm. And usually it's their really light brow pencils that are cooler, but I have darker hair, obviously. And I don't think my hair is dark enough for me to go for the like soft black or black shades within an eyebrow pencil range. But then the one after that, the second darkest, is usually a little too light or too warm. And I've even bought eyebrow pencils that were the second darkest. I was like, oh, I'll take a chance on this. And they're like, it says brunette, but they're like red. This is just so good to work with. Like, it's definitely harder than the NYX formula, but this, like, it will blend. You know, when I go over it with the spoolie, it does blend out the little hair strokes, and it is the perfect color for me. I could even maybe go a little bit darker because I prefer my brows to be as closest to my hair color as possible. But I do think this really does suit my tone, at least, you know, for now. But it's a really good formula. It's really affordable, and I still do really like the cool tone-ness of it. So far, Holy Grail. I'll update you to see if that changes. For brow setting, I'm not going to stay on this for too long. It's pretty self-explanatory, but the NYX, the brow glue, glues your brows down. If you really like that look where you can see the individual hairs of the brow, and it's very like kind of a little bit bushy. I don't want to say full because you can really see the different brow hairs, but like somewhat like a calmer version of like caterpillar brows and like the boy brow that was like trendy, I think in like 2017, I want to say. But it's really good for shaping your brows, and it really glues them down. Like they're not going anywhere. It's basically glue. And I know some people might not like that. They want their brow gel to be a little bit less stiff, but I personally, you know, I'm very much, when it comes to my makeup, I'm like longevity, or else like, why did I do this? Why did I spend my time doing this if it's gonna come off in 2 hours? So I do really like this. For eyeshadow, this is the Glam Light Dirty Martini palette. I love, first of all, Glam Light shadows their formula is beautiful. Their mattes blend like butter. It takes like 3 seconds to blend them out, and their shimmers are blinding and foiled, and they're just so beautiful. Try not to blind you. This is what the palette looks like. It's very olive tones, greens, browns, a little bit of pops of like tealy blue. But this is what I find flattering for my eye color. I have hazel-ish eyes, depending on the light. Sometimes they're pretty, just like a pretty dark brown. Sometimes they're a little, they have like, I think they're more like brown with a little bit of green in them. I sound like someone who's trying to say that they don't have brown eyes. But I swear my eyes are brown with like a little bit of green, hazily. I swear, I promise. I promise. Yes, it's just very flattering for my eye color, and to me, these are really good neutrals. I know, like, I'm wearing it now, and to a lot of people would be like, that's not neutral, it's green. Fair. But I just think it's just so flattering with my eye color that it's not like if I put blue on my eyes. You know what I mean? They just like meld together really well, that even though like it's a bright color like green, it's not quite as like jarring, if you catch my drift. I highly recommend this. This is part of their like cocktail line. I have the other ones. There's also like a wine palette, a chocolate martini palette, I think a margarita palette, I want to say. And then they have a bunch of other palettes that are just incredible. Right now, they're my favorite eyeshadow formula, just in general, so I would definitely check them out. Eyeliner. This is the KVD Tattoo Liner in Trooper Black. And this is a brush tip. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's a brush tip. My hands are, I wiped off the mirror of the palette, the Dirty Martini palette. Now my hands are all glittery. I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do that? Oh well. I love this liner. I've been using it for years and years and years and years, and I'm always repurchasing it. I'm always on the hunt for a liner just as good as this from the drugstore, because I know this one can be a little bit expensive, but it's just so good. It is so user-friendly. It lasts a long time. I'm partial to brush tips personally. Like, felt tips are fine, but I find those either dry out really quickly, or it's a little bit harder to like I find felt tips, they're either sometimes too hard where it's difficult to like get the pigment out, or they're more like a sponge and formulas are watery or something like that, and it kind of like you end up putting too much on, or it runs, you know, kind of like the NYX ones, if I'm being totally honest with you. They're like felt tip liners tend to do that on me, but this just doesn't. Like, it doesn't budge. It, like I said, user-friendly. It goes exactly where you place it. You can like build up your strokes if you're like a little unsure about where your eyeliner's going. You can do like a soft stroke and just like slowly build up the pigment. It's just so good. It's, you know, a lot of people, you know, it's a liquid eyeliner, like you shouldn't be paying that much for a liquid eyeliner, and I definitely understand that, but I just cannot for the life of me find anything that is as good as this, and that I've been using for years and years and years and years and years. And repurchasing over and over and over and over again. So it's a phenomenal liner. I'm sorry, you know, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful that Kat Von D is no longer affiliated with the brand, because she sucks. Next step in my makeup would be setting spray, and this is the Milk Hydro Grips and Refresh Spray. I'm almost out of it. This holds my makeup down like nobody's business. So like when I use this setting spray, it just doesn't go anywhere and my makeup lasts so long. Like this plus the primer is just incredible. Another spray that I really like is the Urban Decay De-Slick. My makeup really stays on with that one. Kind of talking about dupes, talking about how I want to try the e.l.f. Sticky Primer, their dupe for the Hydro Grip. I bought the e.l.f. Setting spray that a lot of people are raving about that might be a dupe for this, but my nozzle broke. Like I can't use that nozzle, period. Like it just, when I press it, like a little bit of liquid like trickles out, like it completely broke. It's one of those setting sprays that has one of those ball things to like really, like when you shake it, really mix it up. So I don't know if I can transfer it to another container or another like if I run out of this, I don't know if I can put it in this, or when I run out of it. Not if, it's almost done. If I can, then I'm gonna do that to at least test out the formula because I don't have the receipt and I'm mad at myself for not keeping the receipt. Like it doesn't cost that much, but it's just so frustrating when it's like a viral product you're like excited to use and like all you have to do is exchange it for another one, but you don't have the receipt to do, whatever. This is a great setting spray, expensive, again, yes, I was really putting hope in the e.l.f. spray to kind of like move out my Milk sticky products to move in my e.l.f. ones, but that's not happening anytime soon, apparently. If you're, you know, you're willing to splurge, if you feel like splurging, I think this is a phenomenal product. And now we're down to lips. We're gonna start with lip liner. This is, all of these are cool toned because you know me. You know me. Oh, really quick, I just wanted to show you my eyeshadow. I realized I didn't show you eyeshadow when I was talking about the Glamlight palette. So the first lip liner I have is the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Ashton. This is a beautiful, cool toned shade, and these lip liners are creamy, they're easy to use, they go where you put them, and it's just, I just find it very flattering and again user friendly. And ColourPop lip products are incredible and they really do keep up with their trends, like the matte liquid lipsticks from when those were really big. Their lippy sticks were incredible. They followed with the blotted lip trend, and they have different kinds of like glossy lips, glassy lips, you know, and stuff like that. So their lip products are incredible, and this is just as incredible. And I really do recommend this for people who really like cool toned makeup and lips. For lipstick, I have a liquid lipstick here from Black Moon Cosmetics. It is in the shade Bloom, and the Black Moon formula is incredible. It's not super dry. It doesn't have the greatest staying power in the world. It is very comfortable. It is very flattering too. That's what it looks like. Again, cool toned, as we've been new. And they're just really good liquid lipsticks. You know, I think a couple people know about Black Moon, but I don't think they're like as known as other brands. But this is like a liquid lipstick formula you should not sleep on. Like it doesn't do the cracking thing, at least not on me. Again, super comfortable, and that shade is beautiful. And it's just a really, really good formula. It's definitely an indie brand for people to check out. And they have other shades too that are really, really flattering and unique. And finally, we have this, which is the NYX. This is Milky Gloss in Milk and Cookies. Such a phenomenal gloss, got that cool toned moment going. I'm wearing this combo and you might be like, what the hell is that combo? It works. I think it looks really nice. I think it really can give kind of like a grungy edge to something, maybe a little bit more fall. My skin tone is really flattering, and the gloss kind of lightens it up if I feel like, on days I feel like the Loom might be a little too dark. It is a little bit on the darker side, but this is just, it is so lightweight. It feels great on the lips. It's not that sticky. It doesn't like pill up or anything like that. It doesn't do the stringy thing, and it just gives you that nice, really pretty wet look to your lips. They have a bunch of different colors. I know that I don't know if they still have it, but I saw a few people on TikTok talking about their blue one that was like not super pigmented, but it like cooled down any lipstick you had that you felt like maybe was a little bit too warm for your skin tone or your look or what have you. I hope they bring that back if it is discontinued. I would really like to try it. But this is just a really good formula, and it can be easily worn on its own. And I personally am going to check out the other shades they have of this, but this is just a nice cool toned gloss, or like a brownie nude. neutral maybe. So that's just it on my dirty makeup bag. Yeah, I just wanted to do a really quick kind of like, you know, talking video, just like going over my current favorite products, my holy grails. I think I've talked about these products in other videos. I just kind of wanted to do as much of a full face that I could to just show you just what I'm really loving to use and what I'm really gravitating towards. And I'm excited, you know, I love those products, but I'm always excited to try new things, have new holy grails. Can find a cheaper eyeliner that's just as good as the KVD one, let me know. Help a girl out. Easy, simple video this week. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.